Follow me to practice 18 simple yoga movements. If you insist on practicing for 1 month, you will feel the good changes in your body. Okay, let's get started. The first movement is mountain pose. Practice with even and deep breathing. We start with mountain pose, Tadasana, which is the basis for most standing poses. Simple yet important. Stand with your feet together and your big toes touching. For comfort, keep your feet slightly apart but parallel. Lift and spread your toes, then gently return to the floor. The weight is on the feet, evenly distributed front to back, side to side, and lightly pressed against the ground. It feels like your feet are rooted into the ground. Distribute the weight of the body evenly on both feet and contract the hips. Tighten your abdomen, straighten your chest, and breathe evenly and deeply. 30 seconds starts now. The second pose is tree pose. The tree pose is an amazing pose. It makes you look like a big tree rooted deep in the soil. Steady and calm. Stand on your right leg first. Place your left foot on the inside of your right leg. It can be set higher or lower depending on personal circumstances. If beginners cannot stand firmly, they can place it on their right ankle. After practicing for a while, when the stability is improved, they can gradually increase it. Breathe evenly and deeply. 30 seconds to start now. Now switch to the other side. Hold this position for 30 seconds. The third pose is the downward dog. Let's start head down, with the weight of the body resting on the palms and feet. Extend your arms straight forward. Shoulder width apart. Feet are 1 foot apart. Legs straight. The heel touches the ground. Lift your hips as high as possible. If beginners' legs are not strong enough, they can bend their knees slightly and lift their heels off the ground. But be sure to let your legs and back feel some stretch. And the back must be kept straight and extended toward the top of the head. Breathe evenly and deeply. Hold this position for 30 seconds, start now. The fourth pose. Cat pose. Start on your hands and knees, all fours, with your knees under your hips and your wrists under your shoulders or slightly forward. Spread your fingers and press through the base and tips of your fingers. As you exhale, tighten your abdomen, lift your sides, round your spine, and release your head toward the floor, forming a cat pose. Actively press the floor away and feel the stretch in your back. Inhale and return to neutral starting position. Repeat this several times for 30 seconds, starts now. The fifth pose, cow pose. Start on your hands and knees, all fours, with your knees under your hips and your wrists under your shoulders or slightly forward. Spread your fingers and press through the base and tips of your fingers. Inhale. As you inhale, slowly lower your back. Tilt your hips up naturally, lift your chest upwards, slowly lift your head with the curvature of your spine, lengthen your neck, don't shrug, look diagonally upward, and then inhale and bend downward into an arc, with your arms and thighs still perpendicular to the ground. Maximize your movements with your inhale. Exhale and return to neutral starting position. Repeat this several times for 30 seconds, starts now. The sixth pose. Cobra pose. This pose requires you to lie face down on the ground, lift your body upward from your torso, and keep your head as far back as possible, like a poisonous snake preparing to attack. The cobra pose can not only fully expand the chest, but also fully exercise the spine. It is especially effective for those who have suffered spinal injuries. Hold this position for 30 seconds. Starts now. The seventh pose. Plank. Bring your elbows. Place your forearms on the floor, about shoulder width apart. Push your legs straight back and engage your core. Keep your head, neck and hips in a straight line, and keep your hips and shoulders are at the same height. The feet are shoulder width apart. Shoulders and elbows are a vertical line. This pose is a strength pose that can not only strengthen the core of the abdomen, reduce fat on both sides of the waist, but also exercise the muscles of the whole body, enhance arm strength and beautify muscle lines. You are doing great. Keep it up. Let's hold this position for 30 seconds, starts now. The eighth pose. Upward plank. The upward plank is a reverse plank support exercise. Pay attention to straightening your legs and keeping your ankles together. The fingertips of your palms are toward the back of the body. Use the gluteus maximus muscles to exert force. Pay attention to pushing the hips. The upward plank pose can improve core strength and reduce fat. Okay, let's hold this position for 30 seconds, starts now. The ninth pose. Warrior 1. This pose can strengthen the arches of the feet, ankles, knees and thighs, enhance body muscle endurance, and enhance willpower, soothe the hips and shoulders, expand the chest, improve the function of the digestive system and circulatory system, and relieve symptoms such as sciatica. Let's start with the right toe pointing forward to the right. Turn the left toe to the right about 30 degrees. It can also be 15 degrees at the beginning, and you can slowly adjust the angle as you become more familiar. Bend the right knee. The feet and calf are at 90 degrees, and the calf and thigh are at an angle of 90 degrees, so bend the right knee into a right lunge. The optimal distance between the legs is 90 degrees between the front leg and the big leg. Once adjusted, do not move your feet too frequently. Extend your arms upward at your elbows. Drive your body upward without placing too much weight on your hips and legs. Open your shoulders, expand your chest, and keep your spine straight upward. Raise your head, look at your fingertips, breathe naturally, and hold this position for 30 seconds. Starts now. Now switch to the other side. Hold this position for 30 seconds. The 10th pose. Warrior 2. Warrior 2 pose can not only develop strong and flexible legs and hip joints, but also stretch the muscles of the inner thighs, tighten the leg muscles and gluteal muscles, and sculpt a beautiful figure. Stand with your feet widely apart and your arms by your side. Turn your left foot slightly inward and your right foot 90 degrees to the right. The heel of your right foot is facing the arch of your left foot. While inhaling, raise your arms to the sides. As you exhale, bend your right knee so that your calf and torso are perpendicular to the ground. Slightly tuck your chin, while gently turning your head to the right and looking at your fingers. Tuck your hips in slightly. Press your feet down evenly, straighten your left leg, and breathe evenly and slowly. And hold this position for 30 seconds, starts now. Slowly turn your head back to the center, straighten your right leg when you inhale, and turn your feet to the front when you exhale. You can put your arms down. Now switch to the other side. You are doing great. Keep it up. Hold this position for 30 seconds. Starts now. The 11th pose. The extended side angle. This posture is based on Warrior 2, just changing the direction of the arms. At this time, pay attention to avoid hunching your chest, keep your body in the straight line and not skew, and check whether you keep your spine extended and your hips are straight. Breathe evenly and slowly. And hold this position for 30 seconds, starts now. Now switch to the other side. Hold this position for 30 seconds. The 12th pose. Seated forward bend. Let's sit on the ground, straighten our legs, drive our body with our arms, and bend forward from the hip joints, not from the waist. When your upper body bends forward, please maintain the distance from your pubic bone and groin to your sternum. Hold your ankles, or your calves if you can't reach your ankles. And breathe evenly and slowly. And hold this position for 30 seconds, starts now. The 13th pose. Bridge. Lie on your back, placing a folded blanket under your shoulders to protect your neck if needed. Bend your knees and place your feet on the ground close to your buttocks, keeping your feet and knees parallel and as wide as your hips. Straighten your arms and place them on the ground near your sides, with your palms facing the ground. Press the ground with both feet and arms, lift the buttocks off the ground, interlock the fingers of both hands under the body and straighten the arms close to the ground, and bring the shoulders as close to each other inward as possible and raise the buttocks. Keep it parallel to your body, perpendicular to the ground from your knees to your ankles, and then move your body's center of gravity toward your shoulders. Push your sternum as close to your jaw as possible, now you are the bridge. This pose stretches the chest, neck and spine, calms the brain and helps reduce stress and mild depression. This pose strengthens your thighs and glutes, strengthens your hamstrings, restores energy, flexes your spine, and eliminates back pain. Breathe evenly and slowly. And hold this position for 30 seconds, starts now. The 14th pose. Bow. Lie on the yoga mat with your feet shoulder-width apart, face down, and hands on either side of your torso. Bend your knees and bring your calves closer to your hips. Grasp your ankles with both hands and lift your legs, keeping your chest off the ground, then retract your scapula. Precautions for this pose. If your body feels uncomfortable, stop the action immediately. Keep breathing normally during the process and do not hold your breath. Do not scratch your toes to avoid injury. If you cannot grasp your ankle joints, you can use a yoga strap to assist. There are a lot of benefit of this pose, such as improved posture, strengthen back muscles, Stimulates the organs in the abdomen and neck, stretches the entire front of the body, ankles, thighs and groin, abdomen and chest, throat and deep flexors, psoas. Okay, you are doing very well. Breathe evenly and slowly. And hold this position for 30 seconds, starts now. The 15th pose. Boat. When practicing this pose, the body resembles a boat with oars, hence the name. It is the best posture to develop abdominal core strength. Lie on your back with your legs straight together and your arms at your sides, palms facing down. Use the strength of your abdominal muscles to lift your head, upper body, and arms at the same time. Raise your arms sideways with your palms facing down. Straighten your legs together and form a 45-degree angle with the ground. Focus on your back and buttocks. Use your buttocks to control the balance of your body, and feel that the strength of your waist and abdomen is increasing. Precautions for this pose: the back should be as straight as possible to lift the spine upwards, otherwise the tailbone will be pressed downwards, causing back pain. Now you are a boat. Okay, keep this position for 30 seconds, starts now. The 16th pose. Fish. This pose is dedicated to the fish-shaped incarnation of Vishnu and gets its name. Let's start with lie on your back. Keep your legs straight and flat on the ground. Straighten your arms close to your sides. Then bring your chin close to your collarbone and lift the back of your head off the ground, looking at your toes. At this time, use your elbows to support the ground to lift your back off the ground, then raise your chin to tilt your head back and let the top of your head rest on the ground. Keep your hands and elbows close to your body and close to the ground. The upper body supports the arch shape. The head is on the ground and the face is facing backward. Lift your chest, open your shoulders to the sides, and tighten your shoulder blades. Maintain this position and take slow, deep breaths through your nose. In this pose, the back area is fully stretched, the chest is also well expanded, and breathing is more complete. There are also benefits to the thyroid gland since the neck is stretched. The pelvic joints become more elastic. This pose can also relieve swollen, inflamed and bleeding hemorrhoids. Alright, let's hold this position for 30 seconds. Starts now. The 17th pose. Happy baby. If the child pose imitates our state in the womb, then the happy baby pose is our initial appearance when we come to the world. Let's be happy babies. Lie on your back on the mat, with your legs straight, bend your knees close to your chest, and open your legs slightly wider than your hips. Hold the soles of your feet with both hands or hook your big toes with your index and middle fingers. Keep your calves vertical on the mat, and keep your legs close to your chest, keep your back on the mat. The neck is extended, and the eyes are looking upward. Now you are a happy baby. Hold this pose for 30 seconds. Starts now. The 18th pose. The child's pose. Let's kneel on the mat, with your feet together. You can also open them as wide as you want. Your big toes close together. Your legs together, your buttocks toward your heels. Your body leaning forward. Your abdomen against your thighs. Your forehead on the ground, and your neck relaxed. Place your hands naturally on the sides of your body, close to your heels, or you can extend your arms forward with your palms on the ground. If some people have knee pain during this pose, at this time, you can spread your legs a little bit, or you can use a yoga blanket or towel and place it on the back of your knees to increase the space between the knee joints and assist in practicing child pose. Doing this pose with abdominal breathing can help stretching and relaxing the muscles in your lower back. There are many benefits of this pose, such as relieve headaches, neck pain and chest pain, stretch the pelvis, hips and lower back. Stretch the hips, knees and ankles. Relax the whole body, relieve physical fatigue and reduce mental stress. Let's finish these 18 simple yoga poses with child pose. Breathe evenly and slowly. And hold this position for 30 seconds, starting now. Congratulations on completing the 18 simple yoga poses. This set of yoga movements is suitable for beginners or seniors. As long as you persist, there will be results. Believe me. Try it for a month of practice. Saying goodbye to body aches. Thanks for watching.